For this video, I'm going to let you know the problems I experienced with my septic tank and how they had to replace the drain fill to fix it. Things you should know if you ever need this done on your property. Let's get to it. Before my wife and I bought this property, we got the septic tank inspected by a septic company. They located and dug up the lids. The waste enters on this side and the liquid waste exits on this side. They opened the lid on the outlet side of the tank and came across this problem. The outlet pipe was disconnected and it didn't have a filter. The homeowner got that fixed and the tank pumped and we were good to go. We moved in. The next thing we know, about 2 to 3 years later, family members needed help and moved in. After a while, we got our first backup. This wasn't a regular backup. Poop was coming out of the bottom of the toilet. I got the line snaked. We were good for a couple of months. Then it happened again. This time we got the septic tank pumped. I noticed the area where it was clogged. It was at the bend in the pipe at the inlet. A few months later, it happened again. This time I was a little prepared. I didn't screw the clean out cap back. I just lightly sat it on top. This kept things from falling in, and if it ever backs up, the waste will come out of here instead of in the house. I kept an eye on it every day to see if sewage was around it, and one day there was. I got the tank pumped again, and again it was clogged at the bend. So I dug up the pipe and added a clean out close to the inlet. Now I can easily unclog it at the bend. Now at this time, the family members that moved in got their stuff together and moved out. I still left the clean out cap loose at the clean out just in case. About a year later, it happened again. I got it pumped again. This time, the septic company said I needed a new drain fill. That's what I didn't want to hear. I got 3 quotes and all said around $11,000 or higher. Until I was able to get that money up, my family had to live with strict rules. We already knew what items can and can't go down the toilet. Now we included no long showers, 1 hour wait between showers and washing clothes, and no using the dishwasher. This actually worked and we didn't experience a backup, but we still knew the drain fill had to get replaced. When I was ready, I picked the company, they pulled permits, and got started. This was the drain fill. It was too small for this size house, and it was full of roots. This size was acceptable back then. Before they dug up the yard, I exposed an electrical line that 811 missed. I did that so they won't rip it out of the ground. This is the 300-gallon tank they had to put in the hole they dug. I also took inventory of all the irrigation pipes they broke. Here's the outlet on the septic tank. It's all broke up. This is it fixed. These are the new drain fill chamber sections. Here's the other side of the house where the drain fill is going to go. Here's a better view of how big this thing is. They finished connecting the outlet pipe to the tank. I had them install a clean out here as well and made sure they put a filter in the tank. Here's what it's looking like. So this house was built in the 1980s and we had to get the drain fill redone. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,700 square feet house. The drain fill was over here, but because of the shape of the land and this driveway, by code they couldn't put it back over here. So this is what they had to do. Gravity fed drain. Had them install a clean out all the way back there to another tank that holds a pump. Let's walk back there. Now, when you get your septic tank or your drain field done over, they make you sign a paper saying they're not responsible for any sprinklers system that you have. So this company was brutal to my irrigation. If you have irrigation and you care about your lawn, you use it, get ready to pay somebody to fix it. And this is the tank. So it gets full. When it reaches a certain height, it pumps the water all the way. Look at how they had to do this because of the shape of my yard. They couldn't put it here. It needs to be 3 feet away from the house, 5 feet away from the fence line. That's the only way they had to put the pipe. And this was not wide enough or big enough to put the drain field over here. So they went all the way around the house. But here's the power cord. This is another thing, which is some fuckery. The power cord to the pump and the alarm. There's an alarm in there. There's a float pump in there. A pump with a float on it. The float, once the float reaches a certain height, it tells the pump to turn on and pump the water out. If that fails and the pump reaches another certain height, the alarm will go off. And these are the power cords to the alarm and to the pump. And it's a regular plug-in. You would think something like this would need to be hardwired versus a plug-in. And there's the alarm. I don't like the fact that there's a switch right there to test it, operate normally, and silence it. But that thing makes a noise. But you got your cords gonna be in the ground. You either gotta leave it above ground where people can tear it up, or leave it in the ground like this and bury it where somebody else can dig it and cut it. And if you want it buried in the conduit or whatever, you gotta get an electrician. First, this outlet wasn't here. I had to run it from the other side of the room, or that room. So I had to put this outlet here. So you're gonna have to get an electrician for that. But let's continue. So, and then look at how high this is. I did want it to drive back here with my truck. But now that pipe is there, I'm definitely gonna snap it if I ride over it. I still have enough room to park back here though, but I can't come all the way back like I used to. So let's see. There's another one they cut. And mind you, these were all buried. I had to locate them. There's another one over here. So here's this pipe. It goes all the way over here. There's another one they cut. In the 90s, I don't like that in 90s either. This is a pump fed water. Should have been 45 and another 45 just to let the water flow. This is schedule 40. And then look at this monster. There's another pipe they broke. And there's the water, look, draining out from the pump. You see it's wet. Draining out evenly, at least. Because this side is about the same distance. The wetness is about the same distance on this side. But there's another pipe they broke, 2 more. And another one right there. Again, that one was buried. So how I found the buried lines was turn the system on. These are the main lines coming in here. Zone 3 and 4. See, and I am also in Orange County, Florida. So they gotta follow certain codes. Each one of these is 2 feet by 5 feet. So you got 25 feet, only by 14. Gives you 350. And depending on the size of your house, in the bedroom will determine how big this thing needs to be. Me personally, I don't think it's big enough. But it is what it is. And right now it's just waiting on the inspector to come and inspect everything. And then I can fix my irrigation and they can cover it back up. That's it for this video. Watch my other septic tank video. I'll go into more details on the do's and don'ts and how to maintain and maintenance your septic system. If this video was interesting to you, do me a favor. Hit that like, bell, and subscribe button for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.